Well, hello. Welcome to another exciting edition of Coffee with Stephen. This particular episode, we're talking about a court case that we're currently working on through the law offices of Lieberman Taormina. It involves a client who came to us and is seeking return of property. His case is somewhat unique. A number of years ago, a gun was stolen from him. Actually from his mother, but it had been registered to him. He reported it. He did like any good citizen would do. But the law enforcement agency that he reported it to failed to file any paperwork that would show that it was no longer in his possession. Well, that gun ended up being part of a crime, a very famous crime that had taken place back in 2012. Make a long story short, because of the gun's involvement and because the serial number was still registered to him, a search warrant was executed on his premises, and all of his firearms were seized. Now, he wasn't involved in any sort of nefarious conduct, and even the officers that were at the scene pretty much told him, look, you're going to be getting your guns back. I mean, it's pretty clear you're not involved here. Well, he made an attempt, and through a combination of clerical errors on the part of the police department that seized the guns, and the sheer difficulty in trying to navigate the criminal courts division, he had encountered roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. He ended up asking us if there was anything that we could do to help. Well, it turns out the guns are still in existence. They haven't been destroyed. And my partner and I filed a motion with criminal courts to have a return of property. A motion that caused the district attorney up in Los Angeles to become irate with us. I guess for the sheer audacity that we were asking for firearms to be returned. Well, eventually capitulated, but have still shown some degree of resistance in releasing some of the guns. And the guns that are in question have absolutely no reason not to be returned. They're a revolver and a .22 Derringer, not guns that have a huge economic value. But one of these guns had been owned by the client's grandfather, so there's a family heirloom type thing here in question. Well, as we've been working through this case and getting frustrated, obviously, because of the procedural issues, I've become more and more irate at the attitude that the court system has currently been displaying as it relates to these things. There just seems to be a general attitude of, well, we are in possession of the firearms right now and they're guns and they probably shouldn't be returned to you and you should be happy that you're getting anything back at all. This is a Second Amendment issue. If these had been, a First Amendment issue, or if they had been, somehow related to a Fourth Amendment issue, then the amount of interest in the case would have been a lot higher. But because it's a Second Amendment issue, a stepchild amendment, there seems to be very little interest in actually pursuing justice. Anyways, if you're able to, I want you to read the blog, see what the case is all about. It's not resolved yet. There is no, happy ending at the end of this whole thing. I'll keep you further updated, but I think it's an important case, and I think it's something that everybody should be aware of. They could just as easily fall victim to this as any other law-abiding citizen. So, as always, train constantly, train consistently, train with purpose, and above all else, stay vigilant. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or would like to comment, always feel free to email me at stephen@artemishq.com. And thank you for joining me for coffee, and thank you for reading the blog.